Hey there, this is Goss, FLUF developer, and I'm going to walk you through FLUF Connect, which is our platform for keeping all of your marketplace channels synchronized in one single location. So the first place you should show up once you've registered and logged in is the channels page. Here you can connect to all of the different marketplaces and the different ways that they're offered. For example, for Vinted, I'm going to click over here and this will use our Chrome extension. So first the app is going to check if we have the Chrome extension. I don't have it installed. So we'll click the installation button, add the Chrome extension. Great. It should now be added. And then when you come back, you can either click check again, but instead I'm just going to refresh the page. And after that, yeah, you should be good. It can tell that you're already connected to Vinted or that I'm already logged into Vinted, but usually you would just have to click the connect button and it'll open up a Vinted tab. Obviously, make sure you're logged into Vinted. It's pretty much the same thing for Depop. For eBay, it's a little bit simpler. All you do is select your region, in our case, UK, and then you click over here, it's going to redirect you to eBay, and then it's going to have me just log into my eBay account. And then once I'm logged into my eBay account over here, it is going to redirect me back to the app. Great, and we're back. And then Depop, I'm going to skip for now because it's basically the same as Vinted using our Chrome extension. And for Shopify, it's a little bit more involved. So you click connect channel over here and you enter the prefix to your My Shopify URL. In our case, it's test F store. You follow those instructions to set up a custom app on Shopify. You select your permissions and then you type in the access key that you get, which starts with SHPAT. And I'm just going to click connect over here and should be good. Okay, amazing. And then, yeah, like I said, we're going to skip out on Depop. The right-hand side, just before we move over, we have the settings for each of the different channels, and I definitely encourage you to look over them. The first one you should definitely set is ignoring SKUs if you don't use them. If you're not a big Shopify or big eBay user and you don't make huge use of SKUs, I definitely encourage you to click this just because we use SKUs to identify duplicates when doing synchronization. The others not as important, controlling inventory sync and things like that. And then you'll notice for each channel, we have a ton of different bespoke settings, activating relisting, turning on offer management, the list goes on. And while we're just here on the settings page, also worth noting that your shipping configurations are set over here. So very important to set your Depop shipping price, your eBay shipping price, as well as just the different packages you may use on eBay or Depop, Vinted, etc., for example. And also, before we move on, there's also this dot over here next to Vinted, this green dot, which isn't by any of the others. And that just reflects the fact that Vinted cookies last for a very short amount of time. They only last about 30 minutes. So this indicates whether we're actually connected to Vinted. And if you see it as red, all you want to do is just click this little dot. It doesn't open a new link when it's green, but when it's red, it'll open a new Vinted tab, and you'll just want to open a new tab, ensure you're connected, and then that'll reconnect you back to FLUF Connect on Vinted. Now let's move to the meat of the application, which is basically the listings management. Okay, so on the listings page, you can see a summary of all of your listings across all of your different channels. You can search through them, sort them, as well as filter them by a number of different criteria. And then on the right hand side over here, you have a details page where you can just see a little bit more about the product. You can see how it's represented across the different channels. For instance, this product's on Vinted, so you can see all of its metadata on Vinted. You can mark it as sold, you can edit the product and have that information appear on the external channels. So for example, if I updated the price over here and set up update on external channels, that would update the price on Vinted. And then I'm just going to demonstrate how to crosslist a single product. So going to click send to Depop over here. Great. So as you can see, the product is now successfully listed on Vinted as well as Depop. So we can see our very creatively named shirt on Vinted as it was originally, but now it's also on our Depop, which is great. So that is how you list items manually. Of course, you can do multiple items, just clicking them on the select box over here and then cross-list them in bulk. But what I would love to show over here too is our auto export functionality, which I think definitely is the best way to be cross-listing, where you can set up rules where you're like, my sources are Depop, and I would like all of my Depop products to go to eBay and Shopify and Vinted, whatever. And I'm not going to save this just because this is my live profile with real data. But what this is going to do is that it's going to basically set up a rule in the background that for all of your products, it's going to push them, as it says, from Depop to all of those channels indefinitely while you're asleep, which is great. There's also more advanced configurations if you want to get more specific about filtering different products or across different SKU ranges. And that is basically it. The bulk core functionality with FLUF Connect, which is the cross-listing. And of course, one of the key features with FLUF Connect is that we keep everything in sync. We also have a number of ancillary features on the left-hand side over here to keep you busy, interested, and engaged. We have a dashboard, which is quite comprehensive. I'm not a massive seller, so this is looking rather sparse. We have this really cool bulk jobs functionality, which really just enables you to, as the name indicates, change features for your products across channels in bulk. You can clear all of your products if you want to. And we're always adding functionality over here. We have a great notes functionality if you just want to keep different ideas and written notes down in FLUF Connect. Sync history over here. Great way to just see how the system is treating your products in the background. This daily metrics table, which is really great, just basically keeping track of a number of different statistics. Again, this account that I'm demoing on is pretty empty, but you can imagine for a more involved user, this would be really comprehensive. Of course, we have a great referrals program that you can get a couple hundred products for every person you sign up. We also help you share in the fees that you generate. So shout out to that. We have a great chat room functionality where you can engage. At the moment, it looks mainly like with me, but really with everyone who's on FLUF Connect. You can also send direct messages, which is a great functionality. Orders, you can also see all of your different orders across channels, and you can even fulfill them if you click over here. We don't have that functionality for Vinted at the moment, but for Depop and eBay, if you click over here and you've got a tracking number, you can dispatch it right from here. And then we've also got a really comprehensive changelog where you can really just track all of our new stuff that we're adding every single day. This is one of my most favorite pages. So yeah, that's it with FLUF Connect. As always, you can let us know if you have any questions, if you want to see anything else added here. And yeah, thank you for using FLUF Connect. I'll see you out there.